Good morning, everyone, and happy Guru Purnima. I think, I think everybody knows that this is the actual day, 21st, that we observe this very special occasion, Guru Purnima, full moon of the month of Ashara, sometimes called the Vyasa Purnima, in honor of Vyasa. Vyasa is considered to be kind of a symbol for the Guru. And according to some traditions, that this is the birthday of Vyasa. Now, was there a real Vyasa? Were there many of them? Of course, we don't have to bother about these questions very much. Vyasa was supposed to have been the one who separated the one Veda into four Vedas. Veda Vyasa was the original name, and responsible for so many of the scriptures, the Puranas, Itihasa, Brahma Sutra, so many things which span many, many centuries. So probably a title, where others who wrote these things used that name, Vyasa. But in any event, we have great reverence for Vyasa, and through him, special occasion to offer our reverence to all the gurus of the world. Guru also refers to any highly respectable person, Gurujan. We even our own parents and elders and everything, we should have that special reverence and feel blessed to be able to show that reverence to all of the great souls that come, and really they're the ones who affect our lives. Without them, we're stuck. We need these great souls to come, and we take shelter with them. Mahapurusha Samsraya, this Shankaracharya, he says we actually take refuge with these great souls. They're the ones who give life to spirituality for us. So it's a very special time when we get to offer our love and our reverence and respect to all of the gurus. So I thought I would say a few words about the significance of the Guru in spiritual life, the role that the Guru plays, the different ways that we can look upon the human Guru, because human Guru is really almost a symbol or a representation of the divine, of the God as the Guru, how we recognize such a person, and how we feel the grace of the Guru, how the Guru can really dramatically change our lives. And most of us know that. Many of us feel that this is the greatest blessing that we've had in spiritual life, having the grace of these great souls. The word Guru itself is very interesting. It means heavy in Guru. It is the same root we get in Latin, gravis, gravitas, gravity. The word gravity is all from the same root, that which has that power to pull and to attract. Yeah, so it all goes back to the same idea, that one larger object will have the power to pull a smaller object to it, that magnetic power. This is all part of this meaning. It's that power which keeps everything together in this universe. That without that, planets and everything will go flying off into outer space. We have this centrifugal force that's going out, and this gravitas, this gravity, is holding everything in place. So, in a sense, Guru is a great magnet, a magnetic personality, who can attract us without our even understanding why or how. It's just a power. It's something part of the combination of divinity and personality. Yeah, we don't want to get too absorbed in the personality aspect, but that's there. We can't deny it. How the divinity shines through the personality. So this is the secret of that magnetic power of the Guru. The word gravitas also is not simply this power to pull and everything, but this depth, this substance that we find in these great souls. the very deep type of spirituality, and the tremendous desire they have to do good to the world, the selflessness that they have. So all of this goes into the very word itself, guru. And in this sense, we show respect to anybody who has this special gravitas. That means some depth to their personality, some deep inner spirituality that we'll feel that tremendous attraction to. Guru doesn't have to be even a human being. We have our Avadhuta who had the 24 different gurus. Sri Ramakrishna makes reference especially to the kite. This Avadhut, just by observing nature and animals, insects, other things, each time he saw something, he received a great lesson from it. So Thakur talks about kite. Kite is a big kind of eagle, a big bird that likes to catch fish, and it caught a fish in its beak, and all of a sudden hundreds of crows came, cawing, making life miserable for the kite, until finally, just to fend everybody off, the fish fell out of the mouth of the kite, and this Avadhut sees all of the crows instantly leave, and the kite is at peace again. So he said, yes, this is by renouncing, by letting go, one gets peace. This, and then saluted the kite as one of his gurus. Then we have the story of Belur Math. This is a very interesting story, that there was a man who became so infatuated with a woman, prostitute, so infatuated with her that he couldn't bear to be away from her. And every night he would take this ferry across the river to go to see her. And one night there's a terrible storm, and there's no boat available, so he decides to swim across. And when he's swimming, he feels that he's about to drown. There's very choppy water. So fortunately, he grabs hold of something he thinks is a log. And with the help of that, he gets to the other side. And then, in order to walk, he walks on these big stones. What he thinks are big stones. And then he has to climb a wall. And he sees what he thinks is a rope hanging out of a hole in the wall. And holding onto that rope, he climbs over the wall and finally sees his beloved. And then she says, what a fool you are in this weather to come out like this. And what's that smell? He said, what smell? And he said, well, let me see what really happened. And they go back. The log that he was holding was a rotting dead corpse. He didn't even know it. And then the steps that he was stones were actually the back of crocodiles that he was walking on. And then the rope was actually a big snake that got its head caught in the hole, that using that he crossed over. So her name was Chintamani. So this Chintamani said to him, you have such a feeling of love and attraction for me that you're unconscious of all these different things. If you had a fraction of that for God, you could become a great saint. And it just clicked with him. And he said, yes. And he renounced everything. And then with folded hands, he bowed down before her and said, you are my guru, Chintamani. So we can learn from all different people and different circumstances and situations. Each one can be a guru for us, can be a teacher for us. So part of it is us, that we have to have this little bit of humility and reverence and the ability to observe very carefully these things. So this is the guru. At the same time, we're told guru should be looked upon as one with our chosen ideal, should be merged in the idea of God, that we shouldn't identify the guru too much with his earthly personality, that we should really look upon the guru as Satchidananda coming to us in human form. And we have a tradition, especially within our order, that the guru will not even think of himself or herself as a guru, but as a conduit, that Sri Ramakrishna is the real guru, that the guru is that instrument through which the power of Sri Ramakrishna can come and enter into our lives. So these are all different ways that we look upon the guru. So Sri Ramakrishna always emphasized that look upon the Guru as Satchidananda. And he himself never liked to be looked upon as a guru. He used to say the 3 words, prick my flesh, like there's a type of fish, stinging fish. That he said, Guru, Baba, and Karta. The Karta is a big person, a master. And Baba is a name for a different type of holy man, and Guru. He said he didn't like it if people looked upon him in that way. So anyhow, we have all different ways of understanding that the divine presence manifests in the special form for us as the Guru. Now I want to start out with this very basic question of what is the need for the Guru in spiritual life, and how can we recognize a qualified Guru? The first question I only raise because we hear it. Otherwise, to me, it's a non-question. To me, it's a foolish type of question, and it just indicates that we don't know what a blessing it is to have a Guru. But many people will ask that is it necessary to have a Guru? As if we're suffering from a terrible disease, and we say, do I have to take the medicine? A very bitter type of medicine. People somehow feel that there's some type of compromise, or that we'll be putting ourselves in the hands of somebody who will tell us what to do that we won't want to do. Somehow that we were entering into something that we're only doing because it's necessary, and otherwise we would rather not have to bother with this whole Guru business. So this is the strangeness of it, because in reality it's exactly the opposite. That the meeting of the disciple with the Guru is really great, and a blessing in life. We take it to be Devanugraha Hetaga. This is the result of the grace of God. That verse of Shankaracharya, this human birth is one thing, desire for liberation, and meeting with these great souls. These 3 things are to be looked upon as really grace, to feel what a great blessing it is to be able to come into contact with these great souls. And many will feel that this is a relationship, is lifetime after lifetime. There's a certain belief among many gurus themselves that, or even a vow that they take, that they won't have their own liberation until all of their disciples have been liberated. So they'll be standing there holding the door open until every last one goes through. Somehow, of course, nobody knows these things exactly, but this is that a tremendous selfless attitude that they have towards the disciple. And the love that the Guru has for the disciple, we only have to look at the examples of Sri Ramakrishna and Holy Mother and their disciples. How so many of them said that the love we received from our own mothers and fathers is nothing compared to that kind of love. So the real Guru is perfectly selfless, no selfish desire whatsoever, and the real disciple only cares to serve the Guru and follow the teachings, of course. Now, aside from the fact that the question is really not a very good question, but still we can really ask ourselves that what do we benefit? What is the actual benefit by having a Guru in our spiritual life? Could we not realize God without a Guru? Many people ask this question. When they say, is it necessary? They mean, can we not do it? Of course, theoretically we can, but the odds of that happening are so much less that why would we even consider it? Is it possible for someone to be a great musician without having a teacher? There may be 1 or 2 the born geniuses that will be tremendous exceptions, but otherwise, why not take advantage? Why not take advantage? Some people will say Sri Ramakrishna himself didn't really have a Guru with his first realization of Mother Kali. Yeah, but we're not Sri Ramakrishna. Even Ramana Maharshi, people will point to him. What did he do? He had this tremendous fear or preoccupation with death and curiosity, what would it be like for the body to die, simply laid down and in his mind went through the stages of death, felt as if he had actually, the body were dying, and had that realization, I don't die when the body dies. And that was it. So another great exception, we were also not Ramana Maharshi, and he always used to say the mountain itself, Arunachal, was his guru. So he himself wouldn't agree that he had no guru whatsoever. So whether it's absolutely necessary or not, it's the biggest help, the greatest boon that we can have. And we know this in India, the tradition is anyone who teaches music or art or dancing, whatever, they'll look upon the teacher as a guru and use that term. All the musicians will talk about who their gurus were. And with great reverence and respect, tremendous reverence and respect. So I don't like to get too much caught up in this question. Is a guru necessary? It's so obvious that it's such a tremendous help and such a tremendous blessing in life that no one should feel that. Sometimes people feel they're not qualified to have a guru. This is a different type of thing. Some feel they're giving up their own willpower and the ability to make decisions and everything. Different people have different attitudes, but if we can find someone that we can really place our spiritual life in their hands, then, of course, it's a tremendous blessing for us. When we think about this spiritual path, for most of us, it's uncharted waters. We don't know exactly what lies ahead. We're embarking on a journey, and we only hear different things about it. The guru is someone who has already gone through that, knows every turn, every curve in the road, and can guide us through all of that, and can tell us things that we won't get in books or that won't have the same meaning for us. So the main job of the guru is to show us what our own spiritual path is. Now again, some people will say, I know better. Why should I trust somebody else? And very often we don't know better for ourselves. We may think that we do. There was an incident in the life of Swami Swahananda. And Sri Ramakrishna was talking about Ganesha and telling some wonderful stories about his love for his mother and his purity, his brahmacharya and everything. And this Sharat says, yes, Ganesha is my ideal. And Sri Ramakrishna just very simply says, no, your ideal is Shiva. And that was it. And not that it was such a difference, but in any event, the Guru will know things better than we ourselves do. So somehow the Guru is like a matchmaker that will find a suitable match for us. Yeah, to connect us with the Ishta Devata, the way the matchmaker will connect a boy and a girl for the future type of marriage. Now, the question of should we put our faith in somebody just because they say they're a guru is a legitimate question. And Sri Ramakrishna addressed this himself, that he said that you have to very carefully choose someone that one should test the guru. He says, test by day and by night. We know that one story with Yogin, later Swami Yogananda. He lived in the village of Dakshineshwar, close to the Kali temple, and very often would spend the night in the Kali temple, in Sri Ramakrishna's room or in the veranda. And Sri Ramakrishna was always warning these young boys about be careful about keeping the company of women in the beginning of spiritual life. You're practicing brahmacharya and everything. So one night he sees Sri Ramakrishna get up very quietly in the middle of the night, leave his room, and start walking north towards, in the direction of the Nahabat, where Holy Mother was staying. And then he said, this terrible thought came into my mind. He was ashamed of himself. Terrible thought is this Sri Ramakrishna, who's always talking about with his comedy conscience and everything, is he going to meet his wife in the Nahabad? So something possessed him. He stood outside and was watching. And Sri Ramakrishna, of course, he just went to answer the call of nature and came back. Somehow the yogin is still standing there, probably stunned at his own the doubt that came into his mind. And Sri Ramakrishna saw him, immediately understood the situation, immediately. And the yogin was so embarrassed that he could possibly think that. And Sri Ramakrishna said, no, that you must observe the Guru by day and by night. And only then will you have faith in the words of the Guru. So in the beginning, we should be very careful. Not anybody and everybody can be a Guru. Everyone likes to claim that they can be a Guru, but it's not true. They say Gurus by the lakhs and lakhs of Gurus, but very few disciples. Yeah, everyone will claim it, but we have to be very careful. Once we've determined, and once we've accepted someone as a Guru, then that's the end of it. Thakur has that very interesting expression, Jotopi Amar Guru, Shura Badi Jai, Totopi Amar Guru, Nityananda Rai. Even if the Guru goes to the grog shop, still, to me, is the embodiment of divinity. We can say something like that. And this, of course, probably applied more to the family gurus that were traditionally but for those who really will be a guide in spiritual life, and then we have to really make sure that we have absolute trust and faith in them and in their character as well. So the main purpose of the Guru is to hand down this Ishta Devata and mantra to the disciple. And we can also ask ourselves, can I not also choose? Why not? Everybody knows mantras. You can Google and get any mantra that you want nowadays. Yeah. And Ishta Devata, what's the difference? That whether somebody tells us to do it, and anyhow, there's a great deal of difference in all of that. First of all, there's a tremendous power that comes through the mantra that's been practiced and realized and goes back to a great powerhouse of spirituality. In this case, of course, Holy Mother and Sri Ramakrishna, go back to them. And it's surcharged with power. It's very, very important for us to have that faith, that conviction, that this mantra is not just a bunch of words that we could have chosen on our own. That there's something very, very special about this. And when it's given to us by someone who has practiced and realized, not that every Guru has to be a God-realized soul. We're realistic people. We know that this is a rare thing, but so established in spirituality and such a high type of character that their own lives contribute to the power of the mantra. Then there's this psychological element also. If we choose something on our own, then a doubt may come. Could I have chosen something else? Would a different mantra be better? And we can jump from one thing to another. When we receive it, when we hear it from the lips of the Guru, then we don't have to question it. We'll have ups and downs in spiritual life. Sri Ramakrishna gives the example of the farmer, the Kandani farmer. These are big farmers who almost aristocratic types of farmers that have done it generation after generation. They'll never give up farming if they have a bad crop. Some small farmer or someone takes it up as a hobby. If it fails, then they can try something else the next year. But these big farmers, yeah, that's all that they know. And they take great pride in that for generations we've done this type of farming, so they'll never give it up. So if we really feel that what we've received is exactly what we should have, and that this is surcharged of that type of power, and that we couldn't have chosen anything better, then we won't give up. Because in spiritual life, we have obstacles. There are lots of bumps that we have to go through, And we need that tremendous type of faith. So these are the things that are very important for us, that we have the Shraddha and Vishwasa, these two things. That Shraddha, we have that tremendous faith in the Guru and the teachings of the Guru, and we develop this conviction regarding the truth of spiritual life. Because we see it. This is the main thing. This within Guru and all of Holy Company, we see the living embodiment of spirituality. We see the tremendous selflessness and compassion and love and kindness and depth of spirituality. So we get this conviction that these things are true and real, and that we can also have it. That if only we're willing to put in the time and effort and be sincere in spiritual life, we also can have it. So this Vishwasa, this conviction comes. And Sri Ramakrishna gives great emphasis to conviction. He says this conviction is almost realization itself. When we get to that point, that we're convinced that this is so true that we can almost feel it, we can almost taste it. This is realization. This is one of the very final stages that we go through. So we see this wisdom, we see the insight of the Guru, the compassion and the joy. And this is what sustains us if any doubt comes to us along the way. We have to just continue. This is the main thing. And then that conviction will come to us. Yeah, when the Guru gives us the mantra, we should really feel that now we have the key in our hands. Thakur gives a very nice illustration. He says, imagine that there's a treasure chest at the bottom of the ocean, and that there's a chain connected to it, and the chain comes all the way out of the water, and somebody says, here, grab hold of this end of the chain, and if you go link by link by link by link, at some point you'll have to go underwater even. Link by link by link, you'll get that treasure. Now, somebody say, well, can I just dive on my own and try to find it? Yeah, you can spend lifetimes trying to do that. But if we're convinced that each time we repeat the mantra, it's the link of the chain. It doesn't matter how long the chain is. It doesn't matter how long it'll take. Each time we repeat it, we're one link closer. And that we have that absolute faith that we just have to keep doing it, and one day we'll get that treasure. This is the type of Vishwasa, that we have the faith, the conviction that we have to have with regard to the receiving of the mantra from the Guru. So what are the qualification of the Guru? We have, of course, many things we can say, but scriptures usually mention 4 things. 1, a stainless character. Now, in other fields, we would like to think that the teachers have a good character, but if someone's teaching a course in a college, chemistry professor or English professor, their character doesn't make so much difference. It would be nice, of course. Everybody has spotless character. But with the Guru, it's essential, because they're teaching character. They're teaching something that is not just the words that they say, but their own character has to come through. So it's absolutely essential that they have stainless character. And if we ever hear these gurus, and we hear it sometimes, say that these things don't apply to me, or these moral, ethical rules and everything, I'm beyond all of these things, there's a big red flag. Yeah, we should be very cautious when we hear that. This is why Sri Ramakrishna himself says, I know that I don't have to do all of these things, but just to set an example to others. I'll follow all of the teachings that I say. He used to tell about the story of the doctor. A man came to him, and the doctor examined him and said, I think I know your problem, come back tomorrow. Now the man lived at a distance, some village, and he had to go all the way home and come all the way back the next day. And then the doctor said that the solution is very simple. Stop taking gur. This is the only thing that you have to do, and then you've had some reaction to it, you'll be fine. So he said, okay, and then he left. Now the assistant to the doctor said, you could have told him yesterday. Why did you make him go all the way back and come again the next day, long distance and everything? And the doctor said, you see, that yesterday I had several jars of gourd in the office. If he saw that, then he would think, well, he's telling me to do something he himself doesn't do it, doesn't follow it. So he would have no faith in my words. So Guru can't tell us, you have to follow all these rules. Don't bother whether I do or not. I don't have to anymore. Yeah, it may be true, but they won't be able to do anything immoral. This is the main thing. So this was the first thing, stainless character, and then untouched by desire. No selfish motive, no desire to have a lot of disciples. As Sri Ramakrishna used to say, this Guru Giri, Vesha Giri, that it's a type of prostitution if we're just doing it just to get money. The Gurus used to get dakshana, get the money and things, and get a lot of disciples and get known as being a great spiritual personage and everything. He said this is the exact opposite, that the Guru should have no desire whatsoever to have a big name or to be looked upon as a great spiritual soul, that it should be absolutely motiveless. The desire of the Guru, there should be no selfish motive whatsoever. The Guru will take a disciple only out of compassion to be able to help people drowning in the world, to help pull them out. Should be the only motivation whatsoever. And whether the disciple looks upon the Guru with great reverence, worships the Guru, this and that, it doesn't matter. The job is done. And see, we have gurus that will be a guide for life, and then we have gurus that the disciple may only meet once. We have a tradition in our order that not every sannyasin can give initiation. Only the president of the order, the vice president, and or several vice presidents, and now we have others who have been given the right to do it, and in this country, the heads of the centers. But many, especially in India, they'll travel some distance, they'll go to Belur Math, they'll take initiation, and they'll go back home, and they may not see the Guru again the whole lifetime, but they'll feel that they've received what they need, and there'll be others, upagurus, others that can guide them also. But among many people, there's this belief that whatever we need in our spiritual life, we receive at the time of initiation. And everything else is just if we have little doubts here and there. But we should really feel that now I have it. I'm holding onto that chain. And there will be many people who won't have questions after that. I've been told what to do, now I simply have to do it. This is everything is up to me at this point. Yeah. Now I've given the mantra, now everything is tormon. There's a nice song that the Guru says to the disciple, yes, I've given you the mantra, now everything is up to your own mind. Now you have to do everything. Then knowledge of the scriptures. This will be the third thing. It doesn't mean that the Guru has to be a great scholar, a great pundit, but to know the spirit, the essence of the scriptures. Sri Ramakrishna always told the story of the Totopuri, that he could have given lectures day and night on Gita, but he had one simple teaching. What is the real essence of Gita? You repeat the word 10 times. Gita, 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 Gita. It becomes something like Tyagi. That essence means renounce everything for God. This is the main thing. So the Guru has to know the spirit and the essence of the scriptures. Doesn't have to be a great pundit, doesn't have to be a great scholar and everything, but to really understand the essence of everything. There was a nice conversation that took place between Hari, later Swami Turiyananda, and Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna noticed that the Hari wasn't coming around so much anymore. So he asked, "Where's that nice boy Hari?" And people said, "Oh, he's very busy now studying Vedanta." He was a great scholar, a very brilliant mind, and of course, God realized a great soul. But at that time, a young boy. And he spent a lot of time with the Upanishads and other scriptures. Then when he came, Sri Ramakrishna asked him, "Well, you're doing all of this study of Vedanta. Is it anything more than Brahman alone is real? His world is mithya? The individual soul and supreme soul are one and the same?" And he had to admit, this is the truth. So why he spent so much time? His point was, come, you're in the company of your guru now, to take advantage of that. Then the fourth qualification, this of course is the rarest, that we want to have a God-realized soul. Should be a knower of Brahman, a realized soul. But as I said before, if we find someone who is a highly spiritually evolved, someone who leads a life of perfect dedication, someone who is highly advanced spiritually, of course, according to our understanding, that this is more than enough. This is more than enough. If we spend a whole life looking for a Sri Ramakrishna or even a Swami Vivekananda, then we'll miss out on the great opportunity. And I want to emphasize again, in our order particularly, the Guru will always feel that Sri Ramakrishna is the real Guru, or Satchidananda is the real Guru. Don't worry too much about the individual spiritual accomplishments of the Guru. That to feel that divine presence is being manifest through the Guru. So at least we want someone who's experienced, who's traveled down the road, who knows how to guide us and help us in our spiritual life. And even these types of individuals are rather rare. Those who are really highly spiritually developed. Swamiji says, these spiritual giants are like the first lamps from which other lamps are lighted. True, the light is in everyone, but in most people it is hidden. The great souls are shining lights from the beginning. Those who come in contact with them have, as it were, their own lamps lighted. By this, the first lamp does not lose anything, yet it communicates its light to other lamps. 1,000,000 lamps are lighted, but the first lamp goes on shining with undiminished light. The first lamp is the Guru, and the lamp that is lighted from it is the disciple. So this is that final qualification, and that means the company of the Guru is the best type of a holy company. We feel something in the presence of these great souls. We feel that we're receiving something. Sometimes it's almost tangibly that we sit in their presence and we feel that there's some real tangible transmission of spirituality. And one thing that I've noticed is that sitting before some of these great souls, we find our minds become quiet. I don't know if anyone's had that experience, but just the mind becomes quiet. Just feeling the quietness of their minds. So this transference comes. This is why they say that spirituality is not taught, it's caught. That we get something directly. So this is the blessing of having the company of the Guru. So what is our attitude towards the Guru? Of course, we have to have great reverence and love and faith and devotion. We have to have confidence, faith in their words. We have to believe that whatever they tell us is for our best good. And if we get any scoldings, we should realize that this is also in our best interest. All of these things we have to have. When it comes to certain other types of things, see, there will be some people that they'll go to the Guru for everything. Should I take this job or should I take that job? Yeah. Now, there's some gurus that get involved, others will say, you decide. But the attitude of Holy Mother was a little bit different. She used to say, and even with herself, she would say, when it comes to spiritual things, yes, whatever the Guru says we should do. When it comes to other things, we use our own common sense. So sometimes we know situations better with regard to everyday types of instances. The problem sometimes comes when people are overly dependent on the Guru, and their devotion becomes so strong that it swallows up everything else. We see this. Sometimes this Guru Bhakti is almost too much to bear. And very sadly, when the Guru passes away, or if they lose the company of the Guru, very often they lose their interest in spiritual life. We've seen this at different times, even among monastic members. So this is the one thing, no matter how much reverence we have for the Guru, we should understand that it's reverence for our spiritual ideal. And it shouldn't be too much dependence on the personality. These Guru cults that come up can be very, very dangerous things sometimes. So what is the best way to serve the Guru? To lead our lives the way the Guru wants us to follow the teachings of the Guru, to try to realize the instructions, to have that highest type of realization. The Guru will be very, very happy if we surpass him or her in spirituality. So service to the Guru, of course. There's no question that this is also a very important aspect of it. But best type of service is if we really try to lead the life that the Guru wants us to lead. And if we can have some realization, the Guru will be so proud of us, like a father and a child, or a mother and a child. Swamiji had so much unselfish love for his disciples that he once said, "It'll be very good when I give up this body." He said, very good for my disciples. He said, when small trees are planted in the shade of a great tree, they won't get enough sun. They'll be stilted. That the better that great tree is gone, they'll be able to grow into great trees themselves. So Swamiji, of course, was that type of guru who said, I won't accept my own liberation till not only my disciples but all living beings attain liberation. So this selflessness is really such an outstanding feature of the Guru. And of course the power of the Guru continues after the physical departure of the Guru. And many people feel closer even, that there's no separation anymore once the Guru is gone. And I find personally that the older that I get, and many of us, the more we appreciate the Guru. And we see little things and look back and realize how unselfish it was and how loving it was without making a fuss or anything. Yeah. That reverence and love just increases more and more. So we have this kind of dual aspect, dual relationship with the Guru, this physical manifestation and that beautiful personality of the Guru on the one hand, and the other, Satchidananda, God coming in the form of the Guru, that we have to have that second part, otherwise it becomes some type of personality cult. Sri Ramakrishna said, it is Satchidananda that comes to us in the form of the Guru. If a person is initiated by a human Guru, he will not achieve anything if he regards his Guru as a mere man. The Guru should be regarded as the direct manifestation of God. Only then can the disciple have faith in the mantra given by the Guru. Once a person has faith, he achieves all. So this was, I was saying, the great emphasis Ramakrishna puts on this Vishwasa. Ultimately, as we go along with our spiritual practice and our spiritual life, the mind itself becomes a kind of guru. Yes, Ramakrishna emphasizes this. The present mind that we have is not to be trusted. It will fool us. It will. So this is a day when we show that special respect and love and reverence for all of these great souls. In our tradition, especially, we think of Sri Ramakrishna and Holy Mother, and Swamiji and all of the direct disciples, and all of the presidents of our order, all of those who give initiation. Those who give initiation in our order take it very seriously and really feel that it is Sri Ramakrishna who is the real Guru. All of them, the great past presidents of the order, they all had that same type of feeling. So we honor all of these great souls on this day, and all of the great leaders of all different types of traditions. All of the Buddhas and Christs of the world, all the prophets and everything. So I want to just close with something that Swamiji used to say. Our salutations go to all the past prophets whose teachings and lives we have inherited, whatever might have been their race, clime, or creed. Our salutations go to all those godlike men and women who are working to help humanity, whatever may be their birth, color, or race. Our salutations to those who are coming in the future, living gods, to work unselfishly for our descendants. So let us take a few minutes to sit quietly.